Is your problem really English? I don't think so. You're learning lots from your teachers. Or is it really fear? Because from what I've seen working with many of you at sharEverian, and I've been around for a long time, you understand a lot more English than you actually speak. And that's the gap. That's about the fear that's picking away at your confidence. I'm absolutely sure that you're confident in your Indian language or your own personal language, wherever it is. So it isn't vocabulary and it's not grammar. It's the fear of making a mistake. What if I say it wrong? What if they don't understand me? What if I sound foolish? Oh, you know what? So what? What's going to happen? What happens to you is you pause, you overthink and start to panic, and then you shrink away and you stay quiet. And that silence, that is your lack of confidence. When I first started working with sharEverian, I met incredibly capable people. Smart, look at you. Thoughtful, absolutely. And then I started watching things happen over and over and over again. And I see it when somebody new comes and they want to speak, and then I see the same thing. They would start a sentence, then they would stop because they were checking, is this correct? Is this perfect? And in that moment, the message was lost. See, you just want to push on through so the message doesn't get lost. It's more important than whether it was perfect. Because when the fear comes in and the message is lost, you get shut down, and something small would start to happen. Someone would take a breath, and they would speak anyway. Not perfect and polished, but they're real. And guess what? The room didn't fall apart. I don't know if any of you were able to join in when I worked with a group of women there in the sharEverian. And they wanted to learn to speak and get fluent. I don't teach cat and dog. You've got that at school. I teach phrasing, flow. That's what I teach. And so the ladies came together and wanted to learn. Yes, your moms, your teachers. And so we started to put the class together. I think we did 9 classes. And we sang songs. So we would do out the song, and they would learn the song. And then we would take practice speaking it, just reading it. Well, it was so much fun. We sang and we laughed. Then we started with poetry. We put some poems in there. And we each practiced and got, oh, let me try that one. Let me try that one. See, we were only shy for a short time till we realized we were playing. Absolutely playing, having this wonderful time across the world. In fact, one time they said, can we see where you live? So I took my phone and toured them around my little space. And that got them talking about their own places. So we had more stories. And we didn't worry if we couldn't come up with the word. We'd say, what's that word? What's that word we want? What's that word? And even in that, we're in that conversation. We're sharing. So we took some readings and we read them, and then we would talk about them. Oh, that's so funny. I remember that one. Ha, ha, ha. Same here. Same here. We got to find out so much about India and Canada. So much the same. And the wonderful things that were different said, oh, that's neat. I want to learn about that. I want to know about your food. So it didn't matter what it was. We were learning. We were learning everyday life experiences. And then we would take some reading, famous quotes, and talk about those. And then we would laugh. Oh my goodness, we would laugh. Oh, that is so funny. Oh, that is so neat. And you know, by the time we got laughing, we had sore bellies and we were just having fun. We forgot about that, oh, we're trying to learn confidence. You speak up and you talk and you have fun with it and you get curious. And we get engaged, because when we're curious and engaged and really care about each other, and we're really in there asking questions and not getting insulted, not getting scared, just I really don't know. What is your ritual? What is your religion? What is this? What is that? I could ask, and then they would say, well, what about yours? That's courage. Courage is confidence. Because as we went through that, reading those quotes, discussing them, and laughing, did I mention how much we were laughing? I hope in your classrooms you're also laughing, because there's nothing like joy and laughter to say, oh, I want to try that now. And we would try that phrase. Oh, let's just get that one a little better. Okay, and we would work with it. And then everybody would say, oh, I want to try, I want to try. That's the excitement that comes when we find the confidence and the courage. First, the courage to open our mouths and let it out. And then after we let it out and we look around and say, wow, that was pretty good. The communication was happening. The courage was there. The confidence was there. So let me assure you, confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes after we take a chance. After we jump in there and say, blah, 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 blah. Oh no, that didn't come out right. Try it again. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Trying again matters, with somebody who's going to help you find the right enunciation, the pronunciation, the flow, the phrases. I could say confidence does not come before speaking. But really what you need is just to learn that little phrase. Confidence does not come before speaking. Learn it in phrases. Language has a music to it, a rhythm. Confidence does not come before speaking. Pause. When does confidence come? It comes after the speaking. Let me say that one more time. Confidence does not come before speaking. It comes after. You don't build confidence in your head. That's where you get, oh, what's that? How do I spell cat? Cat. C-A-T, okay, dog, D-O-G. You don't build confidence in your head. We build it in our mouth by using our voice. So what do you do that moment when the fear shows up and you think, oh, I'm going to die right now. I just want to hide away. That's what we would call shrinking and making ourselves small. Let's go away. No, don't. Stop the spiral. And here's how you do it. Stop. Just stop. And then take a big, deep breath. And then speak anyway. You stop the spiral. You breathe, take a moment, and speak anyway. Just clearly enough to be understood. That's all we need. Not perfection. Because clarity, enunciation, pronunciation, courage, flow beats perfection every time. We've been taught that mistakes are bad. They're not. Mistakes are just the opportunity to look and see what you're learning. Mistakes help us show up. The real problem with mistakes is that we keep avoiding them, thinking it's a terrible thing. That's when every time you stop speaking, every time you stay silent, every time you go small, you stay stuck. But every time you speak, no matter what the fear, you feel the fear anyhow, you speak and you move forward, because the mistake is how we learn and the silence is how we get stuck. So if you take one thing today, just one thing, don't wait to feel confident. Speak up, and as you speak, the confidence will catch up. It will catch up. Look at how far you've come already. The confidence catches up, because English doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be used, and your voice matters. We need everyone's voices long before it's perfect. So remember, speak more. Speak more. Just speak more and fear less.